The strongest negotiating position that you will ever be in, gentlemen, is when you have the ability to walk away, but you genuinely mean it. It's not a bluff, you're not lying, it's not a facade. You have that ability to walk away from the negotiating table, but you also genuinely mean it. Now, this concept, this principle applies to a variety of scenarios, to a variety of life circumstances, whether that's relationships, whether that's in sales, whether that's business deals, whether that's anything where you're negotiating terms or conditions. This is applicable to absolutely anything. And as a salesman, as myself, that sat meetings and closed deals and actually had various conversations and actually been in relationships before, this principle is applicable to absolutely anything. Now, starting off with the relationship side of things. Now, if you look at a relationship, when you enter into one, if you've had a girlfriend or not, or you're dating a woman, when you're on dates, you're laying down the foundation. You're laying down the principles of what you desire from that relationship. So in terms of core values, in terms of beliefs, people talk about in relationships about, compromises. I'm compromising to make this individual happy. Of course, that there was a negotiation at one stage. The man and the woman came at a compromise. He was able to do this up until this level. She was able to do this up until this level. They've set their boundaries. That there was a negotiating situation. Now, you may on a date or when you enter into a relationship, you speak about core values, core beliefs, what you desire, what you want. She will lay it out as well. And it's your job as a man to essentially decide if it's worth it for you, decide if this is something that you want to pursue. Now, the issue that a lot of men get to, and sticking with relationships for a second, a lot of trouble that guys enter into is they're so infatuated with her beauty. They think in their heads that she is amazing, I can't do better. And what happens is they put her on this pedestal. They start pedestalizing her beauty, what she can offer. They have this scarcity mindset. And that is the biggest thing that I tell guys when it comes to negotiating, or when it comes to actually, attempting to actually, pursue something and you want to gain something out of this potential negotiation, is it all comes down to here. First of all, before you enter the room, or so to speak, metaphorically, before you enter this date or this situation, you have to be mentally prepared. Before you enter into the room, you have to be okay with the fact that you might leave this room empty-handed, and you have to be okay with it. If you are not okay with it, you haven't got the leverage. You haven't got the strongest negotiating position. I will repeat this one more time. The strongest negotiation position, and Donald Trump said this perfectly, is the ability to walk away scot-free and you genuinely mean it. You may really want the deal, that's fine, but you must be okay for it to collapse. You must be okay. Don't fantasize about the idea. You must be okay with it collapsing and walking away. Because otherwise, if you're too emotionally invested into something that hasn't occurred yet, you will fall into dangerous territory. You fall into a very precarious position, because what happens is you start overcompensating to make her or him happy. You start overcompensating on terms and conditions. Once again, this principle is applicable to sales. There's been meetings where, I sell tax services, I sell insurance, but specifically with insurance to accountancy firms and practices, I would be there and laying out the terms and conditions. This is what the package offers. This is what the service entails. This is the price. Sure, we can speak with our director and our commercial director to perhaps reduce the premium, but this is the price. And you're there negotiating with the prospect. You're there negotiating with the potential client, but you must be okay to come out of that room having not closed the deal, as long as you stick to your boundaries, you stick to your morals. And that's why I would always enter into these meetings with the strongest negotiating position up to an extent, because I was mentally prepared to walk away. You would never see me become desperate. You wouldn't see me, fighting for desperation over with the prospect. Oh, please stay. We can reduce the premium here if you sign this contract. Don't ever overcompensate. Once again, this is applicable to if you're merging or acquiring a business, or you're starting a business, or you're striking a business deal with an individual or another company. It's the same thing. Wanting a deal to occur is completely normal. We all want money. We all want deal. Absolutely. The point I'm making is there has to be a part of you that is okay to walk away. If you're in a negotiating position where you feel like it's now reached a stage where you're so balls deep, you're so far in that you can't pull out anymore, no pun intended, then you've lost. You've lost, because now you've handed the leverage over to the other individual. You've lost that bargaining tool, that negotiation power. And people can sense it in your body language, people can sense it in the way that you speak, in your negotiation, your hands, your stance, your expression. It comes absolutely everything. And it's what it comes down to is a sunk cost fallacy. You feel like you've invested so much, whether that's resources, energy, time, whatever it may be, a sunk cost fallacy where you feel like you've invested so much into this deal that you can't pull out anymore, and that's where leverage is lost. That's where you've lost the strongest negotiation position, which is the ability to walk away, and you actually genuinely mean it in an authentic way that, I'm fine with actually walking away from this, whether you're on a date and you realize that she's not actually, adhering to your boundaries, which is what you may have agreed upon, or, your core values and beliefs aren't aligned, and therefore you have to be okay with leaving. A lot of guys will date women just the fact that she's got nice assets, because she's got a nice pair of tits and she's got a big ass, and he's thinking to himself, she'll be a great shag in bed later. That's completely fair enough. We've all been there, but it's a very immature mindset. And actually, when you don't set those boundaries, it actually becomes very unattractive. Now, what are the benefits with heading into this mindset, this abundant mindset, which is what I talk about? The reason why a lot of negotiations fail first is because of a scarcity mindset. But what is the advantage? The advantage is you become a lot more well respected, because you're not going to collapse and capitulate at the first sign of the entire deal collapsing. You're going to say, no, I'm sticking to my morals, I'm sticking to my boundaries. This is the premium. You may say to a girl, this is my core beliefs and core values. If you don't align with that, I'm okay with walking away. That is so attractive to a woman, because you're not dropping your pants down. And that's what I speak about. And this is the message that I'm portraying to you guys. When you're on a date with a woman, if she says, no, I won't do that, I want this, and then you go ahead with it like a puppy dog with his tongue out and go, of course, babe, anything you want, just to keep you happy. Happy wife, happy life, all this psyop, the bollocks, right? What ends up happening is you then drop your pants down for her because she's so beautiful, because you pedestalize her, and she then becomes turned off. She is now unattracted to you. And it's the same thing in business deals. When a prospect is sat in front of you or in a Teams meeting and he sees that you're dropping your pants down in terms of prices, in terms of throwing in other products and services, subconsciously he thinks, I've won here. I've got the leverage to walk away, because this individual here cannot walk away from the situation. And this is the key point that I want to really hammer home here. And I'm going to repeat this final time for this video, just so it's ingrained in your heads. The strongest negotiation position is the ability to walk away, and to be able to walk away and you genuinely mean it. That is the strongest negotiation position, a concept that you can apply to absolutely anywhere. Before you head into a negotiation table, before you head into business, before you go on a date, always have in your mind, this is the takeaway for you guys, be okay with walking away with nothing. Have the ability to walk away, because if you don't have the ability to walk away, you, my friend, you are at the mercy of another person. You are at the mercy of another company. Don't ever forget that. Always remember your value. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.